Are you buying a home this year and you're wondering who's really paying the commission to my agent? In this video, I'm going to show you what every homeowner must know post-NAR settlement. This is about the lawsuit about commissions that happened last year, and it's very important for you to know and understand how this thing is going to relate to purchasing your home today. And it's also very important that your agent is going to be working 100% for you and protecting your best interests at all costs. So we're going to talk about the 7 things that you must know in order for you to be a savvy buyer, that you don't have no problems buying the home. And number 1, first of all, we need to discuss what is a commission. A commission is a fee that is paid to real estate agents for their services. It's facilitating the home purchase of a property. Normally, the fee is a percentage of the price of the home, and that is divided between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. That's what a commission is. Number 2, who pays the commission? Traditionally, this is prior to the NAR lawsuit, the seller was paying the entire commission. So the seller will have enough money, so the 2 agents will divide among each other to be able to be paid and to facilitate the transaction that occur. And you're going to be buying a home, and basically you didn't have to pay any money for the commission to help you buy the property. But this has shifted after this lawsuit, and this is something that you need to understand. Now you as a buyer, you're responsible for that commission, your part, to pay your own real estate agent that is helping you buy a home. Just like the listing agent is getting paid by the seller, you should be paying your buyer's agent, your agent, to help you buy a home. Then that's going to make you wonder and say, well, how much really do I need to pay? What's going on over here? And then and obviously you need to find out how much is the commission. So the commission rate usually varies between 5% and 6%. That's the entire commission that's usually was divided between the buyer's agent and the listing agent. So that means that your agent was getting about 2.5% to 3%, and the other agent for the seller side was getting also 2.5% and 3%. But now I want you to understand that because this is, let's say, a 6%, I'm giving you an example here for a $300,000 home, that's an $18,000 commission, $9,000 go to one agent, the other $9,000 going to the other agent. But now you're expected to pay for your own agent, and that means that in this case, you're going to be paying $9,000 towards the services of that agent that is helping you purchase a home. So now let's see what is the problem and how you can solve this with number 4. Why are buyers paying commissions now? You know, the recent legal changes that happened with the lawsuit, it was to give more transparency to all the real estate transactions. While sellers were still saying that they were paying all the commission, in reality, the buyers was also paying the commission because they were incorporating the money inside the loan to purchase the house. What it means basically is this, that the seller will not be able to pay any commissions to your buyer agent if they did not have the money that you bring into the table to purchase the home. And this is also what the lawsuit was about, that to making sure that we don't want to have to pay the buyer's commission. We just want to pay our commission. That's what the sellers were saying. And the buyers are basically holding the final bill. I had to pay my own real estate agent to help me buy a home. And that is really not good for a lot of buyers, especially the ones that are coming to the market for the first time, because now they have to have money for their down payment, they have to have money for the closing costs, and obviously now they have to get money for the buyer agents. So for that reason, the buyers have to pay out of pocket. In many cases, buyers can finance their agent's commission as part of the payment of the house. And let me lower this because it's kind of distracting. So that means that, if you have to pay, say, an example that I gave you earlier, $9,000, you can roll that money to the loan to make sure that it can be financed, and you can also pay as part of your regular loan for the house for the commission. But a skilled realtor, a consultant, a person that's going to be able to help you and is representing you, your best interest, can still negotiate their portion of the commission to be paid by the seller. A lot of people don't know this, A lot of people are thinking, I'm going to have to pay my commission. No, in some cases, if you have a good realtor, they can negotiate. that can be arranged where the seller still be paying the part of the commission you have to pay to your agent, because they know how to structure an offer that is going to make sure that all these things are going to be taken care of, so you don't have to be holding the bill at the end where you have to pay extra money to your realtor. Let me explain to you how easy that is, to be able to do this. But most importantly, that you need to also understand that in some cases, your realtor may not be able to negotiate all this money. Let's say you're going to owe them 2.5% of the sales price of the house, but they may be able to just negotiate 2%. So that means you're going to be owing them about 0.5% of the sales price, total of the sales price. So that's something that you're going to have to bring to the table. But in the case of a good realtor, we want to make sure that the seller understands that you have just enough money for the down payment, enough money for the closing costs, and obviously you may not have enough money to pay your buyer agent, and we'd like for you to pay my agent 2% or 2.5%, whatever it requires. In most cases, if it's negotiated and structured a type of offer that is going to be a win-win situation for both sides, that can be accepted with no problem, and that can be done. We're doing this every single day with my agents, the way we negotiate, in a way to help our clients save money at the end. Then you're asking to yourself, why do I need a buyer agent then? I have to pay money. What is hard to do? I just go to a house and say, hey, I want to buy this house. Let me pay you. And I wish it was that easy, but it's not. Because a buyer agent is essential for any purchase of a home, for the number one reason exactly that I'm telling you is that this person will be able to help you during this critical time when you're making this big decision of purchase a home, making sure that it's going to advocate for your best interest, to making sure you're not overpaying and protecting yourself at the same time from any other problems that may arise later on. You're going to have an expert guidance. What does that mean? That person is going to help you identify the right home, the right property. It's not going to make you buy a property that may not be good for you. They want to make sure that they're going to take in consideration your unique needs and wants and preference, and then basically, it's going to save you a lot of money, time, and effort to do this. The expert guidance is one of the things a good agent will give you. Number two is negotiating power. If a seller has an agent that's representing this agent, this agent is really a tough negotiator to try to get the most money for the house for the client. So if you come in without an agent, it's very hard for you to be able to negotiate with a person to get a lower price. Negotiating power meaning that a skilled agent knows how to work an offer to making sure that you're going to secure the best possible price in terms potentially saving thousands of dollars during this process. Inspection and contingencies expertise. This is another part that is very important for you to understand, because if the seller is representing with an agent, and they may have something in there to hide, they don't want to tell you the things. And there's a reason that sometimes, a person is selling a house. It's because they have a lot of problems, just like buying a car. A person is selling a car, they don't want to tell you, is because they're starting to see a lot more maintenance costs, and they have to replace this, replace that, and they don't want to do this any longer. That's why they're going to try to sell you, but they're not going to tell you that when they're selling you the car. The same token, and the house is the same way. For that reason, inspection, contingencies, and expertise to advise you and to do the right things at the right time, making sure you negotiate all the repairs, and everything else is because it's there to protect your investment, so you may minimize the risks you have buying this house. And a good realtor is going to help you do this the right manner. Closing support. What does that mean? Closing support meaning that from contract to closing, there's several things going through the transaction, all the way from the title, assuring yourself that you're going to have a marketable title, that when you're ready to sell your house 5 years, 7 years, 10 years from now, you're not going to have a problem. You're going to be the legal owner of that property. And sometimes, if you don't have nobody to represent you, you may not have that, and you're going to be surprised 5 years, 7 years later when you're trying to sell that something has not been done they were supposed to do, and it's going to take a lot of money and a lot of time and effort to try to fix those things. This is the reason why it's very important to have somebody that's advocate of your best interest at all times. And yes, there is a commission involved. It's going to cost you money because realtors do not work for free. They have a regular job just like you. We have to make money in a commission base to pay our own bills, to pay for our own house, to pay for our own food, for our families, and making sure that we provide a good, valuable help and expertise to our clients so they can be happy and they can come back over and over to us because they know that we were very skillful as far as negotiating the best price, as far as finding the right home at the right price at the right time for you, and give you all the information, inside information, to making sure you buy this home as cheap as possible so you can save thousands of dollars at the end. It is worth it to have a real estate agent because this is a big investment for you. And then number 7 is how to protect yourself as a buyer. You need to understand the commission agreement. In some cases, if the buyer agent is asking you to pay him 2.5%, but they're only offering 2% from the seller side, the buyer agent will require you to pay you 0.5% at the end. But then you can negotiate this also with your agent. There's ways how to work this out. You just have to have somebody who you can trust. But most importantly, you need to understand, first of all, the commission agreement that you have. So you're not going to be holding a piece of paper saying that you owe this person so much money that you may not be able to pay him and you may not be able to buy a home because of the reason. Negotiating is a very important task that a real estate agent can come to you. And we do this all the time. My agents and my group do this all the time. We actually practice this almost on a weekly basis. And it's very important that you understand that in some cases, you don't never really get what you deserve, but you're always going to get what you negotiate. And we try to do the best possible work for our clients to get the best possible price, the best possible savings at the end when we're negotiating a deal for them. We need to have clarity on the financing. Very important also that the loan officer is working for himself and for the company that's representing the loan officer. And the same thing with the title company. The title company is representing the attorney and the title company itself. Everybody is really protecting their profit when it comes down to purchasing or selling a property. But you need to have the clarity within the scope of all this with your agent. You must trust this agent enough to be able to give you their input and make it very clear on what you're financing, what are the costs that you're paying, what's the things that you're paying, what are the things that you're not paying. And also one thing that's very important to say right now is that a good real estate agent will also be an advocate to try to find you any type of grants or cheaper interest rate money for money that's going to be allocated to purchasing properties on a county or in a city on the place where you're buying. Just like a first-time home buyer has some certain benefits that it can cost them, they can save them money, whenever buying a home. The same thing, you don't have to be a first-time home buyer to take advantage of these benefits and these grants that exist within the government, between the state, county, and even overall during the whole nation, the United States. You're going to have different types of programs that may be able to save you money. A good real estate agent will be able to see that for you. I help you apply for it and save money at the time when you're purchasing a home. And this is the reason why I want to give you my last bonus, is that let us guide you through the buying a home. I have several agents that are working with me in our company ready to help you go through the process, whether it's finding the right home, negotiating the best deal, making sure that you need the help of navigating all the complexities of buying a home. At the end, we're here to save you money, to protect your best interests and making sure that you don't pay one single dollar more than you should. So you need to call me today at 240-426-5754. I have a team of realtors ready to come and help you. Just let's get it done. We can help you. We know where the deals are. And the only thing it takes is just one call, one consultation, and we're off to the races. Thank you.